Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, we'll be doing the review for this Lenovo K4 Note, which is sort of an entry-level mid-range Android phone, and this sells in India for 12,000 rupees via Amazon. And I have been testing this phone for 10 days. For the first 1.5 days, I tested it with my primary SIM, and then I used my secondary SIM. And at the end of the review, again, I used it for just about 2 days again with my primary SIM. But I just could not use this phone with my primary SIM for extended periods of time, and I'll talk about that later on. But before I continue, let me give you a specs overview. This Lenovo K4 Note is powered by the MediaTek MT6753 chipset, and the GPU is the Mali T720 GPU. It comes with 16 gigabytes of internal storage, 3 gigabytes of RAM. It also has a micro SD card slot. Moving to the screen, it sports a 5.5-inch 1080p screen with Gorilla Glass 3 protection. It also has a front-firing dual speakers, FM radio support. Moving to the camera, it has a 13-megapixel rear-facing camera and a 5-megapixel front-facing camera, and the battery is a 3300 mAh battery. So as you can see, the specs of this K4 Note look to be actually really impressive. And if we compare it with the Lenovo K3 Note, which was launched last year, still the body is plastic, I would say. But in terms of looks, I would say the K4 Note looks a lot better. It has that front firing speaker, which is a huge improvement in my opinion. Also, it has that fingerprint scanner, and the fingerprint scanner is actually really good on this one. It's very responsive. In fact, I would say it's even better than the Vibe X3's fingerprint scanner. So that is the good thing about this device, and I won't go in depth regarding the general overview and all those things because I have already covered all those aspects in my unboxing video. So you should check out that for a physical overview and the other things. Right now, I'll directly jump between the pros and the cons, and I'll give you the summary. Let's start with the pros and the things that I liked on this Lenovo K4 Note. The first thing that I really liked is this front firing speaker, and they're actually really loud. And let me actually play back. This is a YouTube video. Let me just play it back. And to give you an idea, smartphones, particularly in the mid-range, and many of the smartphones were spectacular in one area or the other. So you won't find. So as you can see, the speakers are really loud. So you have no problem if you like to listen to a lot of music, etc., from smartphone speakers. Then you'll have a very good experience. Another thing that I really liked is that it has that Theater Max functionality, sort of virtual reality. But for that, you have to purchase this optional accessories. I think so. This is sold separately for about 1300 rupees, and it's a good quality VR headset, and you can put this device in this headset, and we have an option of this VR mode. You can just enable this one, and using this, anything will be you can use it with the VR headset. So it gives you sort of a virtual theater experience, I would say, and it works pretty well. So that's one unique thing about this device. Also, in terms of fingerprint scanner, as I've told you, the fingerprint scanner quality is actually very good. So very happy with the overall performance of the fingerprint scanner. Moving to the battery life, it sports a 3300 mAh battery, and I have to say the battery life was actually very good. Earlier when I got this phone, the battery life was actually pretty average, but just last week I got an OTA update, and after that the battery life is above average. Even when it was completely on mobile data, I could touch a screen on time of about 4 hours, and at the end of the day I always had around 25% battery life left. So in terms of battery life also, the performance is actually good. But one con is that it does not support fast charging. Next is regarding the camera. It has the 13 megapixel rear facing camera and a front 5 megapixel camera, and I would say the camera is sort of above average if we consider other handsets in this price range. For example, if we take this Honor 5 that's for 14,000, and this LETV LE1S, which is for 11,000. All of these also have a 13 megapixel rear facing camera. But if we compare the camera with the K4 Note, definitely the camera on the K4 Note is actually superior to these devices. But again, yes, in artificial lighting and low lighting, the pictures are sort of average. Again, we can't expect a lot in this price range with the camera. So certainly the camera is decent, I would say, on the K4 Note. Also, I really like the fact that though it runs the custom UI, that is the Lenovo UI, but I did not experience any lagginess while I was using the phone. And that's, I feel, thanks to the 3 GB of RAM that we have. Also, in terms of Wi-Fi, it also supports the Wi-Fi 5 GHz band, which is sort of strange. It also supports the regular 2.4 GHz band. Now, let's move to the things that I did not like with this Lenovo K4 Note. The first thing that I did not like with this device is the cellular call quality. I did all my testing with Airtel 4G here in Hyderabad, and the thing was that with small calls that were less than a minute or so, I did not have any issues with the cellular call quality. They were great. But with longer calls, for example, more than 5 minutes or so, sometimes the calls used to get muddy, and I experienced this a lot. And that was the main reason I did not use my main SIM with extended periods of time with this K4 Note. After about 5-6 minutes, the calls used to get muddy for about 15-20 minutes. So that is one issue that I have noticed with this K4 Note. Also, I did notice that this handset tends to heat up quite a bit even with non-gaming tasks. For example, if you're doing browsing or even watching YouTube videos for more than 10 minutes or so, the temperatures can rise around 42 to 43 degrees centigrade, which is certainly pretty hot in my opinion. Also, as I've already mentioned, it does not support any quick charging. And also in terms of gaming, here I would say the Lenovo K4 Note really disappoints. If you are sort of a gamer and if you play heavy games, then I would not recommend you the K4 Note, because the performance with gaming is very sluggish. Now to summarize, let me give you a overall rating. What do I feel about this K4 Note? If we first, let's talk about the screen quality, and here I have to give the screen quality rating of 7.5 out of 10, because simple fact is that the Honor 5X and the LE1S have a better screen compared to the K4 Note. In terms of general performance, I would give it a rating of 7 out of 10 due to the fact that it really pulls down in terms of gaming. In terms of camera performance, I would give it a rating of 8 out of 10. In terms of battery life, I would give a overall rating of about 8.5 out of 10. In terms of styling, build and features, I would say the styling is good, but the build as it's completely plastic. And in terms of features also, yes, we have that additional feature of the Theater Max, but you have to purchase this extra accessory to take advantage of it. So I would give it a rating of 7.5 out of 10. In terms of price to performance ratio, I would give it an overall rating of about 7 out of 10. So I would give it an overall rating of 7.5 out of 10. And to summarize, I would say this Lenovo K4 Note is for a person who watches a lot of multimedia content and also might take advantage of this Theater Max experience. But again, the things that I really do not like about this device is the average cellular call quality, and it is certainly not for gamers. I've also posted other videos on this K4 Note, so make sure you check them out. And I hope you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.